Hey there, everybody. Hi. This is my second live video today.
Within a
So,
5 minute period.
yeah, roughly within a 5 minute period. So, my last one was like 18 minutes. This one's titled Clickbait just because I want to see who will click on it. It's a live video called Clickbait. Why not? But anyway, so I am live on technically two platforms right now. As not only am I live on YouTube, I am also live on YouNow with my little sister. She's right here. And she is also going to be one of the main players in a role play that I'm doing, a D&D style role play. If you guys don't know what D&D stands for, it stands for Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah.
So, I am a huge nerd.
I'm so he spit up.
Well, at least it's under close.
So, yeah, you guys, if you guys want to watch me live as well, so you guys can actually get double acknowledgments because you guys will be getting acknowledged on my my live video as well.
Bless me.
Gesundheit.
Um, or you guys can go just subscribe to get some bonus content and everything because I will be releasing some behind the scenes updates for a lot of things, and I am going to be doing.
Fish no and chicken noodle soup. Everyone else got to it first.
I had like one bowl, and that wasn't even mine. That was hers.
Do you want me to see if there's any other canned foods that you
See,
can
that's why I wanted a ramen. I had a feeling that there'd be no more chicken
So,
noodle soup. I tried to have chicken noodle soup.
One of the things I'm going to be doing
Do you want
on
me to
this
see if there's
channel
There's no ramen
is
here. Guys, let's go on a cooking adventure.
I don't know if
I know I
you
tried a few
all
of those,
like
and I know
Yu-Gi-Oh,
people keep talking
but I am a nerd, so I will be doing
people have a
multiple types of content on this channel, a lot of vlogging type things, and again, I do play Yu-Gi-Oh, so I will be doing deck profiles. Once I get into that, I'll show you a quick overview of my deck, just so that you guys can get an understanding of it. So, starting on the deck right now, I have Link Spider. I'm running two of those, just because, basic quick links, basic quick special summons. Let me get into a better platform for this, so I can do this a little bit easier, because all my cards just fucking fell. So, set this out. So like I said, right now I am running two copies of Link. Decent card for a Link 1. My camera's kind of out of focus at the moment. So, from there, I'll go into my Link 2s. And my Link 2s are as follows. I carry one Nightmare Phoenix. Phoenix is actually a pretty decent card. Then I run three copies of Honeybot because I like Honeybot's effect. It has a pretty decent effect. So you guys give me 1 second. I've got to get everything else into order at the moment. And then I'll show you guys the rest of my Link monsters. I'm going to show you guys my deck profile, basically what I'm running at the moment. Basically trying to go into competitive gameplay, but in the state of Colorado, there aren't many places that do competitive gameplay for Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's
just not in Grand Junction.
yeah. In Colorado, there's like legitimately one place that does competitive tournaments, and that's just locals, and that's in Aurora. So it's kind of hard, Layla. So it's kind of hard with that. Layla, Rochelle. Yeah, I sent Rochelle back in here earlier.
That doesn't mean anything. She keeps running outside.
So now back into my deck profile. These are all of my link monsters. Like I said again, I run 3 copies of Honeybot. Rochelle, get over here. Layla, baby. One copy of Nightmare Phoenix. 2 copies of Link Bumper, because Link Bumper is actually a really Castiel. Link Bumper is actually a pretty decent card if used properly. I have one super rare version of it, and then I run 2 Decode Talkers because those are basically my big boss monsters. Because that's all I really have right now. So that goes into Rochelle. So that's my extra deck. It's total of 10 cards. It's not the best right now, but I'm improving on it as I go. So starting off with my monsters, I have Stack Reviver. So Stack Reviver is a level 2 Cyberse monster. You need wipes? Alright. It's a level 2, and whenever this card is used as a link material monster, I can basically special summon another level 4 or lower monster that was used as a link material. You guys will probably know I run like 2 or 3 copies of Ram Clouder. It's a good 18 body, and it has a decent effect. I can pop to get another one. It has a good recursion ability. Link Slayer, it's a good quick special summon if need be. It's another Cyberse monster as well. Now, I primarily have, this is a 2-card combo I use a lot. It's Dratron, because Draconet allows me to special summon a level 2 or lower monster in defense mode, and that's a 2000 body. That's a 2000 defense body, so it's good. Plus, it helps me get out my Link Spider really quick. Need be something else. What? No, I didn't.
Who did?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So then going in from there, continuing with the monsters, I have Mystic Shell Dragon. I had 3 copies of the Link Strike deck that came up, so I have that. Then going from there, I have Backlinker, which is a level 3 Cyberse monster, and it basically lets me do if my opponent has a monster in the extra deck, I can basically special this card from my hand. I can tribute this card, shuffle all monsters from the extra deck into the deck, and also you can't special summon this turn. So I mean, it's a decent card. Then there's another Ram Clouder, Draconet, my second Link Slayer. I run like 3 of these because they're good Link summons whenever I need them. They're good special summons if need be. There's another Mystic Shell Dragon because it's a good 2000 body just to have on the field. 2 more copies of Bitron because there's my third Link Slayer, my third Draconet. Like I said, this deck primarily runs off of special summons, so these cards really come in handy because it's all Link derived. So continuing from there, the Dragon has a really decent effect, and it's a 2100 body. You can't get over that. So then going in, continuing with it, I have my 3rd copy of Ram Clouder. Like I said, I run 3 of those. Going from there, I have my backup secretary, and this is a really good special summon card because it just lets me special summon it. Then going from there, I have my card is sent to the graveyard. I can special summon it. If it's banished, I can special summon it. Return, and I can only really use it once. I can only use the effect of this once per duel, really. So I can't use it again. I can only use this once per duel, but I mean it's still a decent effect to have. And then finishing off my monsters, I have the accumulator, which is basically My its attack is my link ratings times 300, however much they are, add it all up. So that wraps up the monsters. It's got some pretty heavy bodies in there, but nothing too big. And my extra deck isn't that great either. But I mean, I'm still just learning, going in, getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm going from there to try and getting. So my deck is built up to standard, up to advanced format, well, link format. So going into my spell cards, I have a Pot of Duality. I think I run like two of these because they are not limited. They are not limited or semi-limited. They are. I think I can actually have up to three of these in here if I wanted. I run Fissure because that's a good just blow away card. There's my second Pot of Duality because, well, Pot of Duality is actually a decent card to use. I run two Supply Squads because, well, Supply Squad's just a Dark Hole because why not Dark Hole? It's a good board wipe. It's a good Monster Zone wipe. Um, Monster Reborn. It's a good recursion special summon card, and like I said, this deck heavily runs on its special summons. So going on, because a lot of this is big mon, it's smaller monsters. So because of that, it gets monsters out really quick. So United We Stand is actually a pretty decent card. Once I get a decent setup to have as many monsters, this deck really runs off of getting its monsters. So this helps buff them up really well. Um, Monster Re- Monster Reincarnation, that helps because again recursion ability. So it allows me to run my cards a lot easier and a lot smoother. And then there's my second Supply Squad, and then finishing it off with my spells is my Mystical Space Typhoon. MST is just a really good card to have for a basic set. Now going into my traps, um, again these things. Some of the video might have been muffled, and I do apologize for that. But microphone, I don't know if it was muffled or not, or if you could still hear me really well. So just pay attention. You should. A lot of these cards you'll probably already know if you're an experienced player. Otherwise, yeah. So starting off, my traps I have Call of the Haunted, great recursion, and I mean, there's no real downside to it other than the fact that if this card's destroyed, you destroy your recurred monster, or if your monster is destroyed, you destroy this card. Other than that, there's no real downside to it other than that. Jar of Avarice. I really enjoy running this card, but I only run one because any more than one of these, you run the risk of just repeating yourself far too much. And this deck plays out really fast as is, so you don't want it to you don't want the recursion to constantly keep coming. On fast, you don't want to uh, constantly use these cards. And I believe they're not limited or anything like that. So you can have up to three of them. You can have a play set if I'm right. Going on, it's Mirror Force, just because Mirror Force is a good board wipe card. A single interruption card, Sakuretsu Armor. It's good. You get to pop one card on your opponent's field whenever they attack. Fiendish, just because it has a good interrupt ability for effect cards whenever they're summoned, so you can negate that, and then they can't attack. Dark Bribe's a good counter card to have, just because it allows you to negate one of your opponent's spell or trap cards. Yeah, sure, they get to draw a card, so it's an innate +1 for your opponent, but at the same time, you can stop something that really will mess you up. Going on, we have Ring of Destruction. It's a basic trap card, but I mean it's not a bad one to have. Then Trap Hole, it's another throwaway one card just to have in the deck. Torrential Tribute, another really good one card, one off to just have in the deck for a board wipe ability. Yeah, sure, you get rid of your cards too, but I mean, if you don't really have anything on the field, it's a good card to have just in case. And then finishing it off with that is Magic Cylinder. Uh, really good way to stop from taking damage, make your opponent take some damage. Um, so that's my basic deck profile right now. It is again, it's but it is leaning more on the competitive side. So casual players will have a harder time beating it. Um, but some of the more advanced players who do play competitively will be able to beat it fairly easily. But it all goes from there. It's all pretty much how you play the deck rather than how the deck is played. It, well, you get what I'm saying. That was weird. I got disconnected from a live feed for a little bit. But anyway, I mean, if you know the basics of the game, this deck really is, it's a pretty basic deck, but it'll get the job done. And the cards I do have for it are some pretty useful cards. I mean, some of them not so much, but they go with the theme of the deck, which is because, well, I actually happen to like the Cyberus archetype, especially going into Link format, because almost every format we've gone into, or every new summon type we've gone into, I've found a reason because since it first came out, like since the anime first aired. So I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time. I love Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hey Joe, can I use your sandals to go to the queue and stuff?
Those are Nikki's, so you'd have to ask her.
Okay.
So pretty much every new summoning style minus like fusion and stuff like that, I found a really hard time getting into. And then I just decided to say, screw it, I'm going to try and learn. So I started learning Synchro, Xyz, and I found them actually really useful whenever you get into more competitive gameplay. They are very useful. So then I sat here and I saw Pendulum. I thought that was really stupid at first, but then I realized the utilitarian value of it, like how you can really utilize it. And then Lynx came out and it totally redefined the entire. And so going from like a strict original Yu-Gi-Oh base to learning these new summoning styles, give me a second, and learning all about these new models and how they work and what goes in with them, it so going in with all of that new stuff and all this new information that back whenever I was playing, you had warrior type monsters. Like whenever I first started playing, you had like spellcaster deck, which your spellcasters didn't have a certain theme. It was just a spellcaster deck or a warrior deck or a dragon deck, and like you had cards that general dragons and general spellcasters and stuff like that. You didn't have all these type specific cards, and now you're coming in and you're getting like Link Slayer, Ram Clouder, which are Cybers monsters, and you have like the Blue Eyes theme deck, and then you have like Sky Strikers and Trick Stars, and like all of these monsters are really coming in, and they're like really coming into their own, and it's hard to keep up, especially whenever you're somebody like me and you haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in years, like almost since like I haven't played since like Xyz first made an appearance on the scene. And so I missed the whole and Pendulum and Link start to the whole thing, and I just started watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, and I was getting really into Pendulum summoning, and then I found out about Link, and I'm like, well, crap. Now I gotta learn how to play Link monsters, and whenever I started coming into Link monsters, I'm like, oh my god, these are fucking amazing. I fucking love these things. I love how they work. I love how the new setup is. Like it's so weird for me because I come from a very skeptical place with my Yu-Gi-Oh, cuz I've been playing for so long. So because I've been playing for so long, I get really skeptical. Damn it, I think I covered the anyway. So because I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for so long, I get really skeptical about, new game mechanics and how game mechanics work and how they affect the overall gameplay and everything like that. Like how. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera. But anyway, so like how the game functions as a whole, and like that's always been a big thing for me. Is uh, I'm used to the old style, and being an original Yu-Gi-Oh player in modern day, it's like being a knight from the 16th century in modern day. You're used to being, and now they work a completely different way, and it throws you for a loop. So you have to grow and adjust. And being the old school player that I am, I'm doing my best. And I used to be a pretty decent player. Like I was never a top tier player, but I did decently well in my hometown tournaments. I've never been to a regionals or anything like that, but I would like to. So I because I am becoming a YouTuber, because I like the YouTubes. I do, as you can tell, I'm live streaming on YouTube right now. And yes, I say YouTubes. I don't say YouTube. I say YouTubes because I'm from the interwebs. So living living from the interwebs like I do. I say that like I'm this master of the internet, and I'm really not. Like I know some memes and stuff like the biggest internet weeb out there, but I do like my anime. You can actually kind of see my wife in the background of this shot. But I do like my anime. I like my comic books. I'm a complete and utter nerd. Um, it's it's just who I am. So again, I just got all of my stuff with all my general information. I'm going to be editing it, going through it, rewriting it, stuff like that. It's going to take me forever and a fucking day. But by the time I'm done, it'll be phenomenal. It'll be fucking fantastic. That's going to be going into this, and I actually have somebody who wants to come and play, but he's going to be like over the internet, and that's going to be really hard for us to, do live streams with somebody who isn't actually going to be sitting at my table. So we're going to do our best. We're going to try and make this work as easy as possible. I know it's really hard to see me, guys. It's dark right now. And I'm doing these live videos rather than just recording regular videos, because live videos don't get saved to my phone, and I can record them for as long as I want rather than just 2 or 3 minute long videos. And I can do an hour, or I can do like 30 minutes. This video is reaching like 25 minutes. I did a deck. I did my personal deck profile. What I can do for like my next video that I want to do, I'll do some playthroughs with it, like show you some quick plays that you can do around your first turn. your first or second turn, depending on what you want to do, how your deck runs. Mine again is just a basic link deck. Now they have a lot of people out there that have like stuff like firewall dragons and stuff like that. Now, granted, you can only have one firewall dragon per deck as it is limited now. And like your pendulum magician deck out there has been, and your true Draco, they've up with this new ban list that's come up because of Astrograph Sorcerer and Masterpiece being banned. So that has a lot to do with it. So a lot of these really highly competitive decks have been nerfed big time. So you gotta get with that. Now back onto the other subject. Here in like the next and a half, I'm gonna be doing a test run of the. Again, I don't know what this episodic masterpiece. My God, I keep just throwing this thing everywhere, huh? So I don't know what this episodic masterpiece is going to be called, but the game itself is going to be called Dominus, which is also going to be the title of the books. So basically, I'm just going to be sitting here giving out, like with my next update video that I'm planning on coming up with here after a little while. So this is my second live video that I'm doing today. I did my first one like 5 minutes before I started this one. And the main reason why I did that was because I thought something was starting that wasn't, and I have a really hard to July. I'm not going to get into the reason why I have a really rough time with fireworks. Just know that I do, and once the fireworks here really start going, I will be signing off. I want to say thank you to all my fans and everybody watching this. I know I don't have anybody watching this right now, but there are going to be people who are going to come back and watch these videos once I start getting everything else done. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's stopped in, who's like just leave comments. Again, I have quite a few Yu-Gi-Oh cards right now, so I'll be doing other deck profiles, probably some Synchro Link and some Xi Links. Just decks I put together out of the cards I have. Not really because I'm gonna actually play them, but just offshoot, like decks that can handle themselves without relying on the extra deck too much or stuff like that. Like I plan on really following the Yu-Gi-Oh trend because I noticed there are a lot of Yu-Gi tubers out there, and kind of hop on that bandwagon because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I happen to really like Yu-Gi-Oh. As I showed you, I have a basic link deck. I have tried collecting. Rochelle. Sorry, little puppy. Rochelle. There she is. Come here, Rochelle. So, and I do want to get more into the competitive style of play. I am going to need better cards, though. So one thing I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start, once I get the extra money, I'm going to start buying boxes. I'm going to set openings, like box openings, pull sets, stuff like that. Show you guys what I get. You know, really hop on kind of that bandwagon with it because a lot of people seem to like that. Going forward, I'm also probably going to be doing some comedy stuff. Some impressions. Trying to be an actor. I have an acting page on Facebook, JT Acting, facebook.com/JT Acting. I'm gonna be doing my videos on there every now and then. Check me out there. Um, huh. I like that. Right? Sorry, my wife was showing me a T-shirt she wants to get for me and my son. Whom, if you checked out my other video, will have seen him. So I I'm gonna be bringing this video to a close here in a little bit because it's running a little bit on the longer side, and I don't normally release videos like super long videos because that's like just a little too much. And I know a lot of people aren't gonna watch this video because it's primarily too dark, but I just wanted to throw it out there, possibly stuff like that. So, as always, stay safe, stay beautiful, and you guys have yourselves a great day. Happy 4th of July.
Oh my god. That